I didn't start it, but I definitely finished it moment. My high school bully Jake tormented me for 3 years straight. He wasn't your typical bully who just shove you into lockers. No, Jake was calculated. He made sure none of the teachers ever saw anything while systematically destroying my social life. It started sophomore year when I transferred to Westlake High. I didn't know anyone, so I was already nervous. Jake was the star quarterback, student body president, and principal's son, the untouchable golden boy. For reasons I'll never understand, he decided I was his target. At first it was small stuff, accidentally knocking my books down, spilling soda on my homework, or spreading rumors that I had weird hobbies. But by junior year, he'd orchestrated my complete isolation. The few friends I'd made suddenly stopped talking to me after Jake told everyone I'd said horrible things about them behind their backs. I ate lunch alone for a year and a half. What kept me going was art. I poured everything into my sculptures, staying late in the art studio almost every day. Ms. Porter, our art teacher, recognized my talent and even gave me a key to work weekends. Art became my refuge. Senior year, everything changed when the state announced their annual art competition with a $20,000 college scholarship prize. This was my ticket out. My family couldn't afford college otherwise. Ms. Porter encouraged me to enter, saying my metalwork sculptures were the best she'd seen from a high school student. For 3 months, I worked on my masterpiece, an intricate wire sculpture showing 2 hands breaking free from chains. It represented everything I'd been through. The detail was incredible. Each link in the chain had tiny engravings of the words that had been used against me. 2 weeks before the submission deadline, I walked into the art room and froze. My sculpture lay smashed on the floor, the hundreds of hours of work destroyed beyond repair. On my desk was a yellow sticky note. Oops, clumsy me. Jay. I felt something break inside me, but not in the way Jake expected. Instead of crying or reporting it, which would have done nothing since his dad ran the school, I smiled and calmly cleaned up the mess. The next day, I started a completely different project. A technically impressive but intentionally bland wire figure of a tree. Basic, safe, uninspired. What Jake didn't know was that after the destruction, I'd convinced Ms. Porter to let me install a small security camera in the art room to prevent further accidents. I also set up a second hidden camera pointed directly at my supply drawer, where I kept all my original design sketches and concept art. For the next 2 weeks, I worked on my decoy project during school hours, making sure everyone saw me starting over. But at home, in my garage, I was recreating my masterpiece, even better than before. 3 days before the deadline, the security footage showed Jake sneaking into the art room at night using a key he must have taken from his dad's office. He went straight to my supply drawer, stealing all my original design sketches for my destroyed sculpture. The day before submissions were due, Jake unveiled his original creation in art class, an exact replica of my destroyed sculpture, though lacking the fine details I'd included in the original. Everyone was shocked by his sudden artistic talent, but no one questioned it. After all, he was Jake. At the competition showcase, all the entries were displayed in the community center. The 5 judges, including Jake's father and representatives from the State Arts Council, moved from piece to piece with clipboards. When they reached Jake's display, I stepped forward. "Before you evaluate this piece," I said loudly enough for the crowd to hear, "I think you should see something interesting." I opened my laptop and played the security footage of Jake stealing my sketches, followed by comparative photos of my original work before it was destroyed. "And here," I continued, pulling out a folder, "are my original concept sketches, dated 3 months ago, signed by Ms. Porter as witness." Our art teacher stepped forward, confirming everything. Jake's face turned ghost white as his father watched from the judges' panel, unable to intervene without exposing his own bias. Then I unveiled my real submission, the recreation I'd been working on at home, even more detailed and powerful than the original. When they announced the scholarship winner, it wasn't just my name they called. They specifically mentioned Jake's disqualification for plagiarism and destruction of another student's work. The following week, the football scholarship he'd been offered was rescinded by the university. Apparently, they had concerns about his character and integrity. His father was forced to recuse himself from his position as principal, pending an investigation into misconduct. As for me, I left for art school that fall, never looking back.